The banks of flowers left outside the French embassy here now struggle to be seen through the snows of Moscow. But there is a new warmth between these two nations, who have both just suffered one of the worst terror attacks in their history. For Russia, President Hollande's arrival effectively ends the isolation and pariah status they've lived with for more than 18 months since the invasion of Crimea. To hear a Western leader talk now of a grand coalition of which he'd be part, it's music to Putin's ears.
Le terrorisme donc est notre ennemi.
We know who they are, said François Hollande. They have a name, they are Islamic State. They have territory, an army, financial means, so we need a strong coalition to fight them. President Putin will be very happy to share bombing duties. The trouble is that what the Kremlin wants in Syria is very different from the war aims of the West. So France may soon be in a formal coalition with Russia, and Britain may soon be bombing Syria at the request of and in support of France. The trouble is, those 70,000 moderate rebels David Cameron believes can act as boots on the ground, well, no one here in the Kremlin considers them moderates. Indeed, right now, day in, day out, they are bombing them. Those who broadcast the Kremlin's message in Russia and abroad make it quite clear that in Russian minds, any rebel against President Assad is akin to a terrorist. A large part of his bombing campaign has been against so-called moderate rebels, rebels who are supported by and often supplied by the US.
The problem is, how do you differentiate between the moderate rebels and the radical rebels? For example, the rebels who shot, the Russian pilot when he was parachuted out of a tumbling plane, were they moderates?
Tonight, the French government is even calling for an end to sanctions against Russia. A new era of cooperation beckons between Paris and Moscow, one that may soon involve the UK as well. It may be a bumpy ride. James Mates, News at 10, Moscow.